Son, you can start the session.
Sorry, instead of me, the Seiichiro Naito from National Astronomical Observatory of Japan will take the chair in the coming several talks.
Yes,
Please,
I will take a part of the chair. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Hando-san. Then I will take a part of chair for next 3 talks. So the first person in this session is Mr. SOUMEN GHOSH. His title is Curiosity-Driven Learning by Using a Working Artifact and Little Innovation Successfully Engaged Thousands Remotely in Astronomy. And this talk is allocated 20 minutes. So I will send this beep sound. Can you hear? Can you catch it? In the 5 minutes, yes, 5 minutes left and final 1 minute. So keep in your mind. So please go ahead and start your presentation. Can you send your screen for all? Mr. Gosh, are you okay? Prepared for your presentation? Thank you. Yes, we can see your screen and we can hear your voice.
Yeah.
Yes, now I can hear you. So please start. Okay. Thank you.
Can I start?
Yes, you can start.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Actually, I am giving such kind of perspective from the science centers are working in India. Actually, astronomy is the one of the key activity we generally do every day in a science centers. But since the COVID after 2019, we have there is a COVID posed a great threat to the activity regarding the astronomy engagement in a science center. So my presentation is only discussing how we perceive the threat and how we think to overcome these challenges and how our people took up the challenges to engage this visitor once again from their physical mode to once again to the digital mode. And that is the story I am going to narrate, and such kind of thing after we have such kind of little bit of innovations and we have kind of sort of limited resources during the what kind of innovation our technical team is did, and within using this kind of tools we able to engage thousands visitors more different digital programs. So that story I am going to narrate. So if we analysis the basic activity astronomy science center, those are there about 26 science center in funded by the government of India working in the in our cost and width of the country. Apart from this, near about 52 science centers are working in India. So astronomy engagement, if we consider how they are characterized and how they are classified, we have generally one dome planetarium show, and there every day we generally conduct the live telescope show at the evening. So this kind of show generally engage every day some sort of visitors. So basic this activity is actually developing interest in astronomy based on the classification on Bell. And afterwards we have the different sort of exhibitions related to astronomy and space science. Some of the models or working exhibit, you can call them the participatory exhibit, where the pupil can do something and they experiment with that thing and gain knowledge about the concept of the astronomy through exhibits. This is kind of, we can say that it is the understanding of the some astronomy. Apart from this, if we consider the scientific reasoning and reflecting on science, we generally invited different internationally and nationally reputed astronomers, astrophysicists, so they can come to our center. They give the talk and deliver talk to the students. Sometimes astronomy enthusiasts and sometimes undergraduate or postgraduate level students. all these are activities before pandemic we are generally doing in our, it is a kind of we can say in-house activity, or we can call it is a within the science center apart from our outreach activity. So what are the major contribution for engagement of a science center is the inflatable dome planetarium, so where we place one such kind of inflatable dome with a starfield cylinder. Apart from this, there is a direct communications between the audience and the demonstrating the generally today's night sky, starting from the zodiac constellations to other constellations, and they try to show such kind of constellations to the audience, so that people can understand the today's night sky, and he can be curious, once again curious, and when they go back to their home, they try to find out the night sky and try to identify the constellations. So there is a direct communications between the demonstrator and the audiences. Apart from this, after the show, people are also encouraged to ask the questions. Apart from this, we also have the 8-inch or 4-inch or 6-inch telescope. There is a not much more bigger sizes telescope. At every night after the evening, we generally have 1 or 2 hours show where we generally mainly focuses on the moon and other than all the planets available in the night sky. So if we consider in perspective of the my center is a small town in a Bhubaneswar, it is known as, and our visitor footfall is limited maximum 1,500 thousands or 2,000 visitors in a per year. So how much it contribute? You consider this dome planetarium. So if you see the year-long occurrence, we have conducted the show near about 500 times in the year 2018-19 and 19-20, near about all 500. So we generally conduct in year-long, and we engage near about the 6,000 to 7,000 visitors every year. Apart from this, there is a live telescope show. We generally have near about 100 telescopes, so we generally conduct 5,000, maybe 2,000, depend upon the year-to-year basis. So whenever the pandemic came, we thought how to engage this much of visitor. They are actually deprived from this astronomy engagement. So first challenge came to the impartial solar eclipse in 21st June 2001, where we can try to project this eclipse in a board, and we try to stream it in a Facebook or YouTube using the mobile device. But problem is that with this telescope, there is the only thing that we have the CCD camera, which is cannot possible to capture the good qualitative image. So within this kind of this kind of problem and this kind of limitations, how could we able to engage the visitors? So we thought a little bit of innovation that we can connect our telescope with the DSLR camera. We have the DSLR camera, so we try to make this some in-house effort to make some arrangement like the T-adapter T-ring we have made a ones holding devices, so which can hold the camera, DSLR camera in the telescopes, and we can have such kind of arrangement through our in-house attempt. And afterwards, this assembly can be made. You can see this assembly, and with this DSLR camera, we are able to capture the HD image. And this image, these videos can be we streamed in a YouTube and Facebook. And whenever we try to stream such kind of event, astronomical event or night sky observations through using this kind of video quality, we found that the visitor engagement is much more. And our first streaming got the more than 300-400 views. After that, we found that it is a kind of encouragement and it is a kind of impetus to make people curious to engage through our social media platform by live streaming the night sky and other objects. So within the 7 days, we've had the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction and the view of Jupiter-Saturn and view of Moon. You can find that our visitor engagement is reached more than 1200 or 1500. So apart from we are restricted to since our museum and science center was closed due to the pandemic, and we have restricted for the physical interactions with the visitors during this pandemic time. So this kind of innovation helped us to once again reach our visitors through digital engagement. And we think that our activity was generally restricted in the local community. Generally, local people generally visit the science center. They have such kind of engagement with the astronomy in our inflatable dome planetarium, in our live telescope. So, but when we just stream this video, we just have such kind of interaction and talk in a live streaming. So we able to engage the visitor across the globe. And our geographical barrier are not restricted within our local community. We reach the whole country. Even we got the different visitors from the globals also, even from Asia, even from some of from European country, and also from the US also. So another program we generally do, we have give some sort of astronomy concept. We generally have some sort of summer camp, or we can have generally astronomic camp. We basically inviting the students up to the standard K-12, or maximum K-12, not undergraduate students. So this time we thought how we can engage them. So we have the astronomy exhibitions. We have the many different working model, or you can say the participatory model. Those are installed in our galleries. So we try to engage the students community in demonstrating this artifact, and through our live demonstrations, and try to understand the phenomenon. Like here you can see this is the activity. One demonstrator can show the fundamental understanding of Kepler's law. So that the planet is sweeps equal area in equal time. Here you can see that there is this exhibits where we can inflatable domes, even balloons is there to understand the basic concept of expanding universe. So same time, what we found that in case of the elementary level teachers and elementary level students, the problem of fundamental understanding is little bit of lack. Like here we have placed there one exhibit is called the rhythm of tides. If you ask any of the students or teachers that how it is good to see that in the side of the moon to have the high tide. If you say why the high tide also occurred in the other side of the moons, so nobody can explain it, even because this kind of idea, whenever the study in their classroom or such kind of curriculum-based curriculums, they cannot understand the things in better way. So we try to operate with ourselves, and we try to bring the live stream these exhibits to the students community and give showing them and making them understand what actually happened using this artifact. And afterwards we found that it is a very appreciated by the whole student community. And after the first camp, everybody sent them the message to us, you should conduct the second camp for the better understanding on little bit of advanced understanding of the astronomy. So apart from this, in this camp, another innovative idea we did, we generally such kind of hands-on session, but whenever the physical interactions was there, we generally, students generally come to the science center. We generally give some sort of tools to them so they can use their minds, they can use their hands and make their own astronomical kits and prepare it and observe this phenomena. Our demonstrator, our educator help them to having such kind of astronomy. But in case of the pandemic, what our educator did is a kind of innovative. They make all these gadgets in a kind of plug and play type gadgets, and they make near about 15 to 16 number of items, and they packed it. And after getting registrations from the students, and they delivered in their doorstep. And afterwards, we try to bring them in a digital platform, and we instruct them to assemble it and try to find out the how is a different astronomical concept is going on. You can observe your own handmade telescope in the night sky, and you can find out such kind of curious to know about the astronomy. I think it is a kind of new thing we did, and it is a well appreciated among the communities, and especially students and teacher community. They are, I mean, benefited with this kind of activity. And after that, what another thing we did during the winter time, since there is no physical constant is there, you cannot reach the community, you cannot reach the students, you cannot reach the others visitors during the pandemic in a physically. So what we thought that in winter time, we thought to have such kind of winter astronomic digital festival. So we call the national and international scientists of repute, those and astrophysicists in a digital platform. And there is a continuous 7 and 8 days program. Something is different kind of talks on sometime on the solar system, sometime in the activity of the sun, and sometime we have the hands-on activity, and sometime in the night sky observation. In the 7 days, we have the full packed program for the audience, so they can have, in spite of, since the physical restriction is there, they cannot go outside their room during, because these restrictions due to the COVID. So they can enjoy the whole 7 or 8 days winter sessions with our astronomy programs. So within this kind of new and innovative activity, we could able to engage the digital, more near about the 1,500,000 visitors we got the different program in our digital platform. So right now, after opening up our science center, there is a two kind of aspect we did. One, our physical engagement in astronomy is going on, as well as we are also make presence in our digital platform. And right now we can find that only in our presence in our local community, and our geographical barrier restrictions are already removed. And we have got such kind of committed visitors in digital platform, not only from other part of our country, and it is also engaged the different parts from the world also. And this is kind of thing innovative thing we did in the last year, and due to the challenges posed by the COVID, and such kind of activities opened up the new anecdote for our science center to reach the millions in digital. Thank you for hearing my talk.
Thank you. That's a very good experiment for the under pandemic education and engagement. So, does anyone have a question for this presentation? Have you made a survey of the participants' locations? The science center or museums, the main audiences or main users, neighborhood residents, but
yeah. Yeah, we are doing survey regular basis, but basically we generally want to do right. I mean, right now we generally getting the feedback of every program, so we can able to make it design is more much more get. I mean, appealing way. So this thing is also doing right now.
Yes. I think at first you launched the first trial of the online digital engagement. The activity was not announced widely, and maybe the participants for your new engagement will lighten up with much times of the opportunities are produced. So do you feel such a progress of the numbers of the participants for your engagement?
Yeah, I think that will help us to since in earlier time we generally restricted within our local community, and that kind of activity will surely help us to at least bring the interest in astronomy in maybe in digital mode. And since the physical mode is something else and digitally you cannot reach, I mean, you cannot give the full idea of everything. But I think such kind of activities it opens up a new opportunity for the science center.
Okay, thank you. If you have last one questions, please on your mic or write on the chat. It's okay. Then thank you so much, Gosh.
Yeah, thank you.